I just felt like the artists are here, and from a Pegasus standpoint, I had said I need to sit down with Chip and Aaron.
The purpose of this meeting is just to talk about the things that we can do, then I basically have no place in saying that, I guess.
Stig's coming from a really good place, man. He's a guy that I feel truly leads by example. You know, this guy shows you that it can be done by doing it himself, by really instilling that sense of pride within your own work, by showing that he has that sense of pride in the work.
I'm not trying to start shit, like it's not just observation.
Yes, you are, but it's a good shit that you started. This isn't a dig on you, so don't think I'm attacking you.
I'm just
But you
full of
fucking
shit today.
suck.
I don't want to lose anything.
No, but seriously, we gotta fucking step it up.
That's it.
Excellent. There are numerous red flags. There's a ton of stuff that really needs a lot of work. Stitching the level together still really isn't there. It's kind of duct taped together. Not even duct, it's scotch tape. It's scotch taped together right now. It's not even that much. We've got a lot of art issues, a ton of animations that have to get done. So we're gonna have a lot of fun trying to figure that one out. It was a good thing to kind of get a status check from everybody, but we have a shitload of work to do.
It was also mentioned that the projectiles that fire from Pegasus seem to be coming from the Pegasus's ass.
Pegasus is kind of an interesting situation that we got into because it's kind of like developing a new game. Every step of the way, you know, you get one thing fixed and then you find something else that you didn't know about. So it's not like you can say it was broken, but it's a new feature that you need, and it's still happening right now.
Pegasus is a different game. Might as well be called Pegasus.
It doesn't look like this year we are making it with Pegasus, and it sucks for all of us, but we all kind of feel the exact same way, which is we don't want anybody to see it until we all feel 100% about it. So that's the sort of the double-edged sword of E3 is, you know, you can chase the demo, trying to get it out there, trying to show people what you got, but if it's crap, you're gonna pay the price.
I was running the Pegasus push to E3, and to see that not make it was like getting kicked in the balls by a donkey. Very hard.
I think in the end we'll be all right, but I think right now there's still a lot to figure out with Pegasus.
Fix those weapons.
Right now you can tell everybody's stressed out, so you don't want to talk to anybody. You just kind of, if you stick around our little biz dev area, you'll be safe. So we're pretty relaxed. Hopefully this will only be seen after the game comes out. So we have to kind of get everything out before everybody builds it. So we've had our share. So now it's their turn.
Can't go home until he goes home.
I'm sleeping here tonight, man. There's no hope for you. It's all over.
There you have it. I'm sleeping here tonight.
That hole that is created, it feels like if we made it more extreme, like actual cracks that appear on one frame. We got so much done in this last month. We lost a few years off of our life due to sleep deprivation, but you know, we got a lot done. They get to a point where they're just like, I don't know, should I attack? I don't know. Over here, they just want to love. So yeah, I don't have any idea why he's just decided now that attacking is not in his best interest. It's incredibly daunting knowing that the entire team is pushing themselves really hard and everybody's, you know, staying late, putting in lots of overtime and really putting everything they have into this demo.
It's a much more tense environment than it normally is. I mean, everyone's really under the gun, a lot of pressure, a lot of tired people.
It's not rocket science, no one dies as a result of doing it, but it's a pretty stressful job nonetheless. Lots of very passionate people working on the project, and that can lead to some arguments and stress. And there's definitely a few evenings you go home and you just want to go and punch something.
The stress level gets high enough that I just try to mentally just stop myself from caring and just sort of robotically go about it. And no matter what somebody says to me, it's just like, okay, they don't mean that. I'm just going to keep moving.
There's a lot of freaking out and then just kind of stepping back and just reminding yourself that, you know, it's a video game.
Who controls the camera tween? Does anybody? Is it automatic? How's that work? The product is ours. We have the right to beat the living crap out of it. We have the right to be picky and brutal and evaluate it from the, you know, this is shit. This is the worst I've ever seen. I mean, we have the right. We're creating that. We have the right to say that.
And I find that if we don't take that approach, or if someone doesn't take that approach, when we release the product, everyone else in the world will.
There's a smoothness to where the animation needs to be, and it's not there.
It's not about you're not doing your job. It's about the product isn't where it needs to be. What do we need to do to get the product there? That's always been my philosophy.
I gotta say, the ending is low budget. It's truly a live or die situation, you know? I want to make a great game and I want to make a great experience, but if I don't, it's probably it for me. I hope not, but most likely it is. I drove around for an hour looking for a parking space. I had forgotten how fantastic E3 is. Fuck that. It's been a long road and we only have a small amount of the game finished. But it's showing very well. Right now the booth is pretty packed. We've only got 8 stations, so a lot of people are at the booth. It's very exciting, very good for us. I'm looking forward to seeing people's responses back to this thing. Right now I haven't heard anything, but seeing the crowds is definitely an inspiring thing.
But it's cool. It's so surreal, like seeing the game you work on, like on the floor. It's awesome.
Fantastic. I like the same gameplay with more intense moves. I like that you can do multiple grabs and that even though the guy is technically dead, you can still beat the crap out of him.
As a consumer, I say, why am I going to go drop cash on a 360 or a PS3 when I can get that kind of performance out of my PS2 and a game that looks that great? That's awesome.
I was actually kind of bummed out when I heard we were going to do this game on the PlayStation 2. You know, going to E3, I was just like, this is great. We're squeezing juice out of the PS2 that's, you know, looking at the games at E3. 99% of the time when I look at a game, I'm like, our game looks better.
The day we ship our Gold Master, that will be the end of the PS2 era for me. And I'm going to be very sad. It's been, without doubt, the most fun console I've ever worked on. It's been a very, very good few years working on this machine. And I really feel like we're giving it a good send-off.
I think at E3 to see even with the PS3 booth 15 feet away, we still had lines of people wanting to play the game and people really enthusiastic and talking about it. It's why we make the games. It's why we suffer. And that's why we enjoy ourselves, is because we want people to have fun playing it and to see people having fun playing it. That's what it's all about.
Jared! What's up, Hans? How you doing, man? Dude, it's the first game I'm really actually proud of.
I'm 31 years old and I still can't believe I made games, right? I mean, that's a trip. That really is kind of worth it. But yeah, it's incredibly rewarding to see people that actually are feeling something when they play this game.
I'm this is the most excited I've ever been in my life. Dude, I'm totally geeked out. I showed up yesterday, I'm like, whee! You know, all happy. Nuts. This is great.
Between hyped up, exhausted, relieved, stressed, I'm all over the map right now. It's been a pretty crazy day. I think the interest in the game is really high right now, and that's awesome. I think it's really encouraging to see, and I hope that we can build and maintain this level of media hype. I think it all speaks well to this game coming out of the door next year and just rocking.
Alpha is all of the content that's taking up the proper amount of memory space on the disk, implemented in the way that it's supposed to be implemented, though it may not be fun, though it may not be perfectly, the emphasis on the syllable was wrong, perfectly implemented, and it may not be, have the final look of the entire thing, but the elements have to be there.
Okay.
Good to go.
Sweet. Thank you.
Solid.
15 days until alpha. Yay! Basically, this is the big push. This is it.
Basically, we're in the mode right now where there's the final things that we're putting together to put together the game.
These guys are working their asses off, and I'm thinking about how to reward them. We have to do something. We have to get together and really have an opportunity as a team to toast each other, toast the progress thus far, and what we've been able to achieve in such a short amount of time, and with the stresses and the strains. These are the most talented people I've ever been privileged to work alongside, and that's the honest to God's truth.
I feel great. We have done a lot. I know that at the Halloween party last year, we still had a lot of work ahead of us and there was a lot of uncertainty. What we've accomplished in this period of time is just amazing. A lot of people are tired, but they're finding their reserve tanks and they're finding strength or will to continue on by seeing progress being made in all the different aspects of the game and really being inspired by each other.
There's definitely a few things in this game. There's been a couple of things I've seen in the last few weeks. It's like, God damn, that's pretty fucking cool. It's gonna be pretty good.
This is a very important time for our studio. If we can come out and make God of War 2 better than the first one, we'll be recognized the industry over as a powerhouse.
It's all about doing what we can to achieve perfection. And I think we know we'll never hit it 100%, but the mantra that's never talked about, but the general force of the leadership here within the studio is let's always strive for it.
I'm out to make the best game possible. The amount of time and effort and energy and life that I've put into these things, I don't get it back, so you might as well do it right.
It's really for the fans of this game, and the more people that play it, the better that we feel. That we've really reached out to a lot of people, taken these people on an adventure, told them a story. So is that good?
That's good.
Have we got it all?
We got it all.
Fan-fucking-tastic. I mean, it seems to be taking a bit more of an important role lately, like a lot of people.
What's going on, guys?